Of everybody in the whole entire world, who would have thought that the kid who made Old Town Road would go on to war with fundamentalist Christians? I'm just gonna name everyone Lil Nas X has on their enemies list. Dave Chappelle, the Westboro Baptist Church, Kai Cenat, Lil Boozy, Nike, Billboard, Fox News, the governor of South Dakota, the entire conservative movement. This actually might take a while. At this point, Lil Nas X might be public enemy number one. Even though he's only been in the game for a few years, you can't deny that he's skyrocketed to become one of the most well-known and controversial celebrities in pop culture today. Part of the reason for this is that he has never played by the rules. Lil Nas X has only been in the public eye for like 5 years? And throughout that whole run, he's done the exact opposite of what people expect him to do. Whether it be blowing up an entire genre of music, going to war with fundamentalist Christians, or casually calling out the names of other artists who refuse to collaborate with him. Let's be real, Lil Nas X has become incredibly successful in a short amount of time. And while he might have a lot of fans, a lot of people absolutely hate him, like truly despise him. Lucky for Lil Nas X, he's become a master at using that hate as rocket fuel for his career. Right from the start, Lil Nas X's origin story was hardly anybody's idea of what a rapper or a pop star looked like. Before he had his big breakout moment, Lil Nas X was just a kid from Georgia named Montero Lamar Hill. His parents were divorced when he was 6 years old, and young Montero spent most of his teenage years obsessively creating memes on the internet. In fact, Lil Nas X would routinely go viral before he ever started putting out music, all because of his notorious Nicki Minaj fan account on Twitter. Going by Nas Mirage, Lil Nas X would routinely spam social media with viral content, amassing hundreds of thousands of followers. He even got interviewed by BuzzFeed when a fake post about his made-up dog's birthday party went viral. Eventually, Twitter suspended the Nas Mirage account for violating its spam policy, and Montero pivoted to making music. After taking on the name Lil Nas X, he put out a mixtape called Nazarati on SoundCloud, but the project never really managed to make any waves with fans. Still, Nas decided to go all in on his music career, dropping out of college to focus on pursuing his dream. But there's absolutely no way anyone could have guessed that Lil Nas X would come through with one of the biggest breakout moments in history. In 2018, Lil Nas X recorded and released Old Town Road, a country rap song that he recorded at an Atlanta studio. After paying just $30 for the beat, Lil Nas X drew on his Nicki Minaj Twitter stan days to ruthlessly promote his new song by creating memes. His strategy coincided with the yeehaw agenda that was taking TikTok by storm, and Old Town Road quickly became the trend go-to soundtrack. All of a sudden, Lil Nas X went from being an unknown artist to racking up tens of millions of listeners. Old Town Road became so popular so fast that radio stations had to rip the audio from YouTube so they could play it. But Lil Nas X's come up was immediately met with the kind of controversy that would follow him for the rest of his career. Old Town Road made a huge impact on the charts, landing on both Billboard's Hot Country Songs and Hot Hip Hop Songs lists. But Billboard soon came forward and disqualified Old Town Road from its country ranking, claiming it didn't have enough country elements. That decision created a lot of debate, and some critics accused Billboard of pandering to stereotypes, assuming that a queer black artist like Lil Nas X wasn't country enough, and that erasing Old Town Road from the charts wasn't akin to racism. Despite controversy, Old Town Road solidified itself as one of the most successful singles ever released and broke records as the longest running #1 song in history. Not only that, but Old Town Road became the fastest song to ever reach diamond certification and catapulted Lil Nas X to household name status. That led to a bidding war to sign Lil Nas X, but at the end of the day, he ended up going with Columbia Records. Even though the song was a unanimous success, people immediately doubted Lil Nas X's ability to sustain an actual career in music. By the time Lil Nas X came out as gay in the summer of 2019, there was a ton of homophobic backlash piling up against him. Lil Nas X was now expected to follow up a blockbuster breakout song while also dealing with the pushback from both hip-hop and country audiences. If we're being honest, that sort of pressure would probably kill a lot of artist creativity. Lil Nas X, on the other hand, doubled down and made headlines again. In 2021, Lil Nas X previewed his new single, Montero, Call Me By Your Name, during a Super Bowl commercial, which is a long way from dropping Old Town Road on SoundCloud. By the time he released a music video, right-wing commentators, politicians, pastors, and rappers were going apeshit. The music video featured Lil Nas X riding a stripper pole down to the pits of hell, giving Satan a lap dance, snapping Satan's necks, and then taking his rightful place on the devil's throne. I guess that makes Lil Nas X the king of hell. The Church of Satan loved the video and gave its full approval. The Christian church, meanwhile, naturally they did not f with it. He partnered with MSCHF, an art-based collective out of Brooklyn, to release 666 pairs of Nike Air Max 97 Satan shoes that were to be sold for $1,018 each. Each pair was covered with satanic imagery and even stored a drop of blood in their soles. But they got Lil Nas X and MSCHF into some real legal trouble. Nike had no affiliation with the sneaker release and immediately issued a statement distancing themselves. They also filed a lawsuit and obtained a restraining order against MSCHF, claiming that Lil Nas X and MSCHF were leading people to believe that Nike was endorsing Satanism. Later that summer, Nike accepted a settlement agreement that involved MSCHF offering full refunds and buybacks to the people who had purchased the kicks, even though they were being sold for up to $15,000 online. Still, Lil Nas X refused to back down, and he routinely fought back against critics on social media, accusing them of hypocrisy and homophobia. Lil Nas X claimed that he was being criticized over his sexuality, even responding to the governor of South Dakota after she tweeted about the Satan shoes, telling her to do her job. While the Montero video and Satan shoes might have been devices, they only made Lil Nas X a bigger star. Say what you will, but he knew that would go viral. And even though his satanic kicks triggered a whole lawsuit from Nike, it only created more debate and visibility over his single release. People thought Lil Nas X had fallen off, but instead he engineered a media circus and made Montero into a Grammy-nominated chart-topping hit. In fact, after news of the lawsuit hit, Lil Nas X posted a meme on Twitter of him as Squidward, homeless and begging for money, writing, "Me after the Nike lawsuit." Truly, this man does not give a. The trailer for his follow-up single, Industry Baby, was a whole-ass parody of the Nike lawsuit that featured Lil Nas X being sentenced to 5 years in prison over the Satan shoe controversy and all the criticism aimed at Lil Nas X's sexuality. Lil Nas X's willingness to make fun of all the controversy certified him as one of the music industry's biggest trolls. If you hit him, he'd just hit you back, and his response would always be funnier. He may have kept it lighthearted, but through his young career, he's been subject to super disturbing and intense harassment. Lil Boosie, aka Boosie Badass, has frequently gone off on unhinged rants on social media, attacking Lil Nas X for his sexuality, threatening to beat him and urging him to commit suicide. Being the world's most unserious troll, Lil Nas X fired back by telling his fans that he'd been in the studio for Boosie for a new collab, leading Boosie to predictably go f***ing ballistic. Then there's the Westboro Baptist Church, a notorious anti-gay extremist group that decided to picket one of Lil Nas X's Boston shows. Lil Nas X again was quick to spin the protest to his advantage by ordering pizza for the protesters and bragging on Twitter about how it was really just good promo.
You've done, Lord God.
Just pizza.
We thank you, but we appreciate it, but no thank you.
Dave Chappelle even targeted Lil Nas X in his latest stand-up special, mocking a purported run-in where Lil Nas X wanted Chappelle to be in his music video. Chappelle went on to riff the Call Me By Your Name video, mocking the rapper, sliding down a stripper pole all the way to the depths of hell, leading Lil Nas X to respond on social media, announcing the new single and asserting that he was God's favorite. But with his new single, J. Christ, a lot of longtime fans and critics were asking, did Lil Nas X finally go too far? True to his internet troll roots, Lil Nas X posted an acceptance letter that welcomed him to Liberty University, claiming that he was to receive a dual concentration in Christian leadership and biblical studies. Naturally, Liberty University, an evangelist Christian school that is famously anti-LGBTQ, responded by denying Lil Nas X's claim. Funny enough, Jerry Falwell Jr., whose fake signature was on Lil Nas X's fake acceptance letter, had to resign as president of Liberty University in 2020 because of a well-publicized sex scandal involving his wife and a pool boy, but that's for another episode. After much hype and publicity, Lil Nas X released J. Christ on January 12th of 2024. Just like the song's promotional rollout, the J. Christ music video felt designed to provoke controversy. The video featured everything from Lil Nas X being crucified like Jesus to him dressing up like Noah and ascending to the gates of heaven. Christian conservatives predictably responded in anger, accusing Lil Nas X of intentionally mocking their faith. But other celebrities like Twitch streamer Kai Cenat also chimed in, with Kai telling Lil Nas X, "God's gonna handle you." While Lil Nas X's diehard fans definitely defended him, the backlash was meaningful enough that he posted a video where he explained his vision and process. Lil Nas X insisted the video wasn't an apology, but his statement kinda seemed to suggest that J. Christ hadn't quite got the reception he was looking for.
I also didn't mean to mock. This wasn't like a you to you people, you to the Christians.
With his much anticipated sophomore album and a documentary on the way, the stakes are definitely high for Lil Nas X. As he gears up for another high-profile rollout, we'll just have to wait and see what strategy Lil Nas X takes and how fans respond. In the same breath, Lil Nas X clearly has no problem making more enemies. And if he's already at war with everyone, why should he stop now?